Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to review the 2017 comedy movie Father Figures that stars quite a star-studded cast, and we've got Owen Wilson, Ed Helms, Christopher Walken, Glenn Close, J.K. Simmons, Ving Rhames, Terry Bradshaw, as well as a few others that you will recognise in the movie. So safe to say this has got quite a star-studded cast. Now, I will admit, going into this movie, I had really quite very low expectations. I had seen the trailer. I didn't think it looked anything particularly special. And I've seen a couple of reviews that have been less than kind to this movie, so I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting, to be honest, to hate this movie. However, after watching it, I can't honestly say that that's the case. Do I think it's anything special? No. But for me, this is quite a serviceable comedy that delivers in quite a lot of areas. Now, essentially what we get with this movie is we get Ed Helms and Owen Wilson are playing twin brothers, and their mother is Glenn Close. Ed Helms is a proctologist. Owen Wilson, he's playing his usual surfer dude character, really chilled out, relaxed guy who's made a fortune by doing nothing kind of thing. They don't get on, they haven't spoken for years, so they meet up at their mother's wedding, and a bombshell is dropped at the wedding day where they find out that their father isn't who they thought he was, and they were told a story that he died when they were very young, and they learn that that wasn't the case and their father is still out there. So essentially they are told they want to know, especially Ed Helms, they want to know who their father is, and the mother basically doesn't know because it was the 70s, and it was pretty promiscuous at that time. She's explaining to them. So she gives them some clues as to who their father might be, and off they go on a road trip together, Owen Wilson and Ed Helms, to find out who the father is. They meet a number of people who potentially could be their father, including Terry Bradshaw, Christopher Walken, J.K. Simmons, as well as somebody else, and that's essentially the movie. It's a road trip movie, comedy movie, where they're going on the hunt to find out who their biological father is, and that's it. Now, the premise here is nothing special, it's nothing new, it's nothing we haven't seen before. It's kind of like Mamma Mia, but without the singing, I suppose, in a lot of ways. That the issues I have with this movie, there are quite a few, is the casting. Now, I don't have a problem with Owen Wilson or Ed Helms. I've enjoyed a number of things that they've done. However, they're both, well, it's too late for Owen Wilson, but Ed Helms needs to make some changes here, because they are both terribly typecast here. They're both playing the same characters you've seen them play many times before. I personally would have preferred to have seen the roles reversed. I would have preferred to have seen Owen Wilson play the Ed Helms character and Ed Helms play the Owen Wilson character. They're actors. Let them step out of their comfort zones a little bit in a movie like this. It's just completely cast to type, and I don't think it helps them, and I don't necessarily think it helps the movie. But I don't think they do a bad job in the movie. They both do what they're supposed to do, but they do exactly what you expect them to do. And that is my biggest problem with this movie, other than its predictability to a certain degree, and it's not exactly a belly laugh of a movie. It's reasonably light on laughs, but occasionally you do find yourself laughing out loud. So those are my major issues with the movie, but other than that, I quite enjoyed this movie. It was a pleasant watch, it was fun, it wasn't one of those R-rated comedies that's controversial or just sweary for the sake of it. There is swearing in it, but it fits the movie. It felt natural. Yes, it does kind of end up giving you the sugary ending that all these comedies do to a degree, but there is a twist at the end that I didn't see coming, and it was actually, you could argue it wasn't befitting of the movie, because it gives you quite an emotional kick of an ending in this movie. And you don't expect it. I didn't expect it, and if it had been anybody other than Glenn Close delivering it, I don't think I'd have bought it. So I thought it was quite a brave choice for what they did at the end, but then they top it off with the usual sugarcoating ending, which I suppose they had to do. But I think you could do far worse than this movie. I don't think, like I say, I don't think it's anything special. I don't think it deserves to be in anybody's top 10 comedy movies lists or anything like that. But it's very serviceable. It does have some laugh out loud moments in it. Both the leads have got good chemistry, which I thought was very good. There are some funny moments that they get in. There's a scene where Ed Helms thinks he might have slept with his sister, which I thought, well, that was one of the funny scenes. There was a few funny scenes. So this was much better than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to actually give this a 7 out of 10, purely because of the surprise factor. Like I say, I don't think it's going to win any awards for Best Comedy of the Year or anything like that, but I think it's certainly deserving of a watch from you guys. It's not too bad at all.